There we go. Looks like we're going to be having the rematch between... Whoa. One of players. Okay, looks like we're going to be having a rematch between the Art of War clan against Baka Inu and Death's Fang. Yeah, just going to be seeing what's going on. Hopefully everything's resolved for the time being. My mouse is being a bit strange. Faking synctel. Obviously he didn't mean to say faking. Okay. Everyone ready? I'm not the host, so I don't need to worry about it. Okay, Gundoi's ready. Baka's ready. Death's ready. Okay. Everyone's ready. Looks like we're going to be having a rematch between the same teams. Craft exclaiming, "Good luck, Jesus, fair game, and we love StarCraft 2, go." So like I was saying, Baka Inu's team obviously going to be having a slight disadvantage just in terms of ramp control, just because he won't be able to contribute to the fast wall-in, as their buildings are confined to that all-important creep which sustains them. New spawning locations, Death's Fang here on the left-hand side, Baka Inu on the bottom right, so not much of a change actually, just swapping it up really within their own bases. So still top versus bottom. Craft and Gundui actually swapping positions as well. Are we on stream? Yes, you are. So yeah, well, it looks like that. Judging from Art of War's Craft's comments, we're going to be seeing some early rushes. Looks like the pylon going to be starting the wall off right there. SCV coming out here from his teammate, and both teams walling off. I can type to them because I'm referee and not on spectator. Ooh. And Baka actually going for a very curious play. Oh no, he's just going double extractor trick right now to bring out double drone instead of building the 9 Overlord. Apparently, if you build the 9 Overlord, you save about 20 minerals or something. And this actually loses you a little bit of minerals, but whatever. To each his own. To each his own. And supply depot right here from Gundui. Not sure if you really want that as part of your wall. I suppose it does allow easy access, but it's extremely weak to the Baneling Bust. But whatever. Barracks going to be coming out here. Actually, a nice little high ground advantage here on the left-hand side to get off some free shots on those Banelings before they come out. And this should be a joint effort right here. It looks like they're going to be keeping the wall just like this. As not really sure if you can fit another pylon in there or not. I think you can, but that's going to be a complete wall off, but then you'll have to use the supply depot the whole time. Which you don't really want to do if you have two large armies going to be funneling through this tight spot, especially when you're fighting a Zerg if they do get the Banelings out. Death's Fang actually not going to be walling in at all. Maybe just putting up a mini one, but nothing too crazy. He's not feeling too concerned about it. Just going to be getting up his gas at the moment, and I'm surprised that we haven't seen... Oh, there you go. Gas finally going down. Queen coming out for Baka Inu. Going to be getting out that zerging speed, or perhaps taking torches. I don't know. Time will tell. Another supply depot coming down here for Gundui, so that's a nice little way to rectify the problem. Going to be trapping in Death's Fang's probe. It will eventually go down as there's no escape for it. And it looks like it's just going to be able to get a full scout off. Cybercore coming down here for Craft. If we compare it to our good friend Death's Fang Cybercore, it is only just coming out right now. Extremely late Cybercore, actually, compared to the other Protoss Art of War Craft. That's going to be so annoying to say. And Death's Fang actually not using his assimilator until now, just saturating it at the moment. Look for him to get up his second assimilator very soon. And, ooh, a little bit of lag here from Art of War Craft. Looks like the Singaporean players with the Singaporean internet actually causing a lot of lag. And if this remains to be the problem, I think that Baka and Death's Fang, thank you for your name, good sir, are going to be able to get a bye. A bit of an unfortunate turn, but you know what? Sometimes you just can't help it. Of course, not at all Art of War's fault. I mean, it's internet provider. It can't be helped in these sort of situations. Looks like that Gundoy is going to be the gracious host. He will concede the match just because, you know what, it has kind of been their fault. It's been their issues that have stopped this match for the time being. So, without further ado, I can't leave the game, can I? Shit. Okay. What song should we play? Alright, looks like that, with Craft opting out of the game, lagging out obviously, Gundoy is going to be doing the heavy lifting, trying to macro as well as he can for 2 players, as well as micro as well as he can for 2 players. Looks like he's going to be committing a lot of fundamental, fundamental no-nos you don't do in 1v1s, but with the amount of resources he's going to be collecting from 2 bases this early, he needs to get out as many production facilities as he can in order to match the production and micro of Deathfang and Baka Inu combined a lot. I don't expect this match to go on very quickly. They're just going to raffle stomp him. Here comes Baka Inu's Roaches. Of course, with this ramp, it's going to be pretty hard to break, but you know what? If the bottom team just expands and draws it out, Gundoy is going to slip up eventually. He's not going to be able to keep up with macro and micro of 2 players versus 1 unless he's some sort of machine. And Stimpack going down for Gundoy. Here come the Roaches. Going to be able to take this down very quickly and force the game. Not many Marines out. 1 Marauder comes out, which could be the saving grace for the time being. As soon as some more reinforcements come in, though, expect this game to be over. Warp Gate has completed. Just waiting for the 4 Gate now. 3 Gate Robo actually on the way. Nice little touch with the Robo there. If a Banshee came out, then they would be pretty fucked. More Tech Labs coming out for the time being. And we are seeing nothing happen right now, just a little bit of contain here from the team of 2 versus the team of 1. And the Roaches are going to be going to work on the supply depot, going to be trying to take it down. Marauders returning fire from behind the wall. Stalker even helping out on the product side of things. And Stargate actually coming down here for Craft. I do like that play. You need to try and take up quickly. Basically, here comes the Gateway Army from Fang. Expect it to be over. Come on. Get it over and done with, please. But you know what? Gundoy is doing pretty well, actually, for macroing off 2 bases and microing up 2 bases. I mean, like, it's not too strenuous at the moment. As soon as the other players expand and the map gets a little bit bigger, it's going to be much, much harder for him. And we do actually see that Deathfang is going to play it safe. He's going to be expanding here to the natural. And Gundoy going to be moving out. He knows he needs to end this game as soon as he can with some sort of miracle. And his army actually getting choked out between the buildings. I don't like the placement much. 1 force field could really, really cut up that army in half, actually. And it looks like that the Pro-Dust units are going to come in here, take down 1 supply depot. The SCV right there not able to repair in time. Nice little contain right here. And really, it's just child's play from here on out. Zealot's finally getting into the fray, going to be able to tank damage for the Gateway units, and the Roaches taking out the other supply depot, going to be capping him for the time being, as well as allowing another avenue for attack. I'm not sure why Baka Inu doesn't just mass Speedlink by now. But it looks like massive engagement right here, and Gundoy's macro actually doing well. Lots of Marauders coming in here. Stim going down, able to pick apart both armies, so absolutely getting owned right there. Neither army managed too well right there. And Gundoy actually going to be able to clean up, so it looks like that his macro is on point. The micro not too intimidating for the time being, but you know what, as the game progresses, it's going to be much, much, much harder for him to maintain this lead, so he needs to seize it right now, I think, and just push out and see if he can carry this momentum with him. If we look at the food right now, Gundoy, red and blue, they're currently, you know what, massing at about 100, and the other team's actually got pretty close to nothing. They've got like 60 or 70. So Gundui actually might be in a position here to win it, just judging by the food count, and actually expanding himself. Would like to see him expand with the Terran here, actually, and get a planetary fortress instead, but whatever, man. Looks like he's just going to be going for it. A little bit oversaturated here at the Protoss base. Take a look here. Not saturated enough here. Oh, actually pulling a lot of his SCVs right there. Not sure if I missed a drop or anything. He did have a robotics facility. Sorry if I did miss that. I'm sure a lot of you in the stream are probably like shouting at me or something. But finally, the expansion for Deathfang is up. No probes being main-ordered at the moment. Baka Inu also going to be taking his expansion in turn. Also got his Lair and Rook Speed on the way. Fielding an army of Slowlings. Metabolic boost just about finishing right now. And let's actually take a look at the income. So we've got 800-ish, 800-ish, 600-ish, 600-ish. So very, very even at the moment. The only difference really being the food count. I mean, Gunjo is actually fielding a massive, massive army right now. 85 food skyrocketing ahead of any other players, basically because he's had more production facilities faster. And the other two players really just taking up for the time being. Looks like that Gundui is going to be content with just this Marauder. One Void Ray flying on the field is the only anti-air it has. Lots of links coming out right now from Baka. He doesn't want to lose them to these Marauders. Actually, they do have the Concussive Shell, so a couple of them did get picked up right there. A couple of straight overloads here from Baka. It's looking extremely vulnerable to this Void Ray as well as this final one on the left-hand side. But it looks like both players are going to be massing up their army right now. A couple of Immortals on the field to try and take down those Marauders. But really, Deathfang needs a lot more Immortals. And Baka Inu needs a lot more Roaches. I would like to see some Hydras go down by now. Let's check out the production tab. Actually, Spire, also a good choice. They do perform well against the Void Rays. If you get enough of them, you just cluster them basically, and the Void Ray can't charge up fast enough to take them down. Much like a Marauder can't take down a swarm of Speedlings. And coming out now for Deathfang, we do currently have the Twilight Council with the charge upgrade, not being chrono boosted at the moment. And the Forge finally going down as well, but no upgrades out of that either. And it looks like there's Overlords finally taken down from Baka Inu. The Art of War computer right now, I want to say, is just defending, content with defending, just going to be trying to macro. He's currently sitting on 3 base. He needs to get up another base. Keep in mind that if this was, the Protoss bases are pretty much even, right? So 1 base Terran versus 2 base Zerg is kind of even as well. I mean, that's not uncommon to see in 1 versus 1. So the Terran finally going to be taking up a 2nd base, which may be enough to tip favor into Gundui's hands again. More and more Stalkers being warped in. Actually getting charged when he doesn't have that many Zealots. So a bit of a curious move right there. Would have much rather preferred Blink. Extend the life of your Stalkers, maneuver them around the Immortals to try and put them into a position where they don't take too much damage but can deal the maximum damage that they can. And just waiting upon those mutas, actually, if you take a look at the resource counting station, not sure if any player is going to be funneling gas or minerals to each other, but it doesn't look like anything of that sort is going on between the two players working together. Colluding, that's what I meant to say. Far out. My vocabulary is totally out the door today. 4 Void Rays, actually, so Gundui might win if he just gets a Terran Protoss Death Ball. Keep in mind that I think he's actually going to be... No, he's going to be just fine for the time being. Getting supply capped a little bit. Actually using a lot of those supply drop just because it's really hard to macro 2 bases with different hotkeys, especially if you're not familiar with the off race. And it looks like he's going to be getting out the power units from the Protoss and backing it up with a huge infantry ball. So nice little play right there. I really like that a lot. Just because, you know what, if you got out a mass Fireball and mass Gateway, so what? The other Zerg and Protoss are going to have that as well. You need